Welcome back to Excel. This is a Mental Evolution podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Seth Rose. And today's episode is episode 39, where we are talking about embracing feedback. So a lot of the times, we take feedback, and some people seek it, some people don't really want it. But we're talking specifically about receiving feedback, getting better at receiving feedback, and then also seeking feedback that is important for what you're actually doing. So not just taking the feedback, but actively seeking the feedback as well. And we'll talk about that. But first, I want to talk about this kind of idea of, how you do receive feedback. Do you find that getting feedback is useful information, or do you tend to think that feedback is not helpful for you? When you reflect on feedback, do you appreciate when people give you feedback? Or are you getting defensive when you receive feedback or take it personally? Do you use feedback to help you grow and improve, or do you not utilize the feedback and just move on with your day-to-day? So those are characteristics that we find between people with a growth mindset and people with a fixed mindset. Those that are willing to grow and improve are very open to feedback. They appreciate it, and then they don't take it personally, versus those with a fixed mindset might not find it helpful and just kind of move on and shrug it off. So embracing feedback is putting yourself in that growth mindset perspective, while seeking feedback is also very important. So rather than waiting for the feedback, why don't you ask for feedback? For example, I just did a couple of day workshop the past couple of days, and I, towards the end, we were just about to wrap up the day and go home, and there was no kind of round robin debrief. And I posed the question of like, hey, I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on how I did, just because I'm wanting to improve and get better. And that opened up the conversation to talk about giving people feedback and kind of doing some like review, what went well, how can we do better next time? And I sought that out. I never used to do that, but now I love doing that, even with like job interviews, is asking, hey, what's something that I can improve on for the next time, regardless if I get the job or not. And so seeking that feedback. Now, for you in your sport or performance, I think it's also important to diversify that feedback that you get, because maybe you're seeking feedback on like your financial processes, and you can't just go to like Joe Schmo over there who doesn't know finances and ask them for feedback on how you're doing with your finances, because you're not going to get very quality feedback. So maybe you're going to go see the financial coach. Maybe you're going to go see the career coach and the transitionary coach. Maybe you're going to go see the mental coach. Maybe you're going to go see the dietitian, and maybe you'll go see the injury prevention specialist, and asking them specific questions about how you're going about your process and getting that feedback, and taking it, appreciating it, finding it as useful information, and using it to grow and improve in those specific areas. So that's today's episode, is embracing feedback, getting better at feedback, while also diversifying the feedback that you are seeking. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one.